Colorado voters started getting mailed ballots last weekend, and everyone should have one by Friday.
All right, Denver, we're continuing to monitor the major wildfires out there still burning, the Pine Gulch fire on the other side of the mountains, and of course the Cameron Peak fire, both of which the largest wildfires in the history of the state of California. So far, I haven't seen a major increase in acreage burn from this morning, but it will be something that we monitor for and may update as we move on into tomorrow morning. Nonetheless, we are still monitoring for smoke out there, and though this is from today's forecast, we do anticipate it through the overnight tonight and in towards tomorrow afternoon, bringing in some more smoke. And the reason why is where we have the flow of the wind out there from the actual mountains. We've got a frontal boundary system. It's on the weaker side that'll move off the mountains through the Central Plains up to this massive area of low pressure. This is where we're going to see that flow of the wind. We're going to get a little bit of downsloping here. It's not enough to heat up the air, but what we will get is some gusty conditions off those mountains. So tomorrow afternoon, we'll have gusts at about 25, 30 miles per hour overnight tonight. Sustained winds at 5 to 10, but the gusts at about 20 miles per hour for us. So that all being said, where are we lying with our temperatures? Well, it should still be a cooler forecast for us overall. Temperatures are taking a dive as we move on into tomorrow morning to the 40s. As we move on into the day side, there are your winds again. I just wanted to show you that once more. The 10 to 15 mile per hour winds gusts at about 20, 25. I'm going to call for 48 degrees as our actual morning low. I know I've got 51 here. We should actually get a few degrees chillier than that, moving between about 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning. And of course, the breezy conditions at the same time may give us a little bit of a wind chill factor for tomorrow. Moving on into the day side, partly cloudy skies, the highs near average but still below in the low 70s.
70 degrees under cloudy skies. Here's our local Doppler radar.
One of the most important things to me as a physician is for patients to be able to make decisions that are right for them. Proposition 115 is a ban on abortion beyond 22 weeks. No exception for rape, incest, health of the patient. A ban is truly a one-size-fits-all. Medicine is not all or nothing. It's very nuanced. How can I help someone if I don't have all of the safe, medically appropriate tools? Vote no on 115.
The drama continues in the fight between science and politics during the pandemic.
Leading the Tony Awards.
Well, Denver, yet again, we have another frontal boundary system interacting up towards Nebraska, portions of Wyoming, just outside of the reach of the city limits. So far, I'm not calling for any kind of major snow or rain development out of this one, but we are going to start to gather in a few more clouds. Notice what's happening with our temperatures here, too. We actually start to take a dive down to 60 degrees, pulling in cooler air from that frontal boundary system. Well, by Monday, Tuesday, different story. We're going to start to move that front out more towards the Central Plains and into the heartland, and we start to see a bit more of a warmer trend that comes out from the south and a bit from the west. So temperatures will start to rise back up into lower 70s. Now, is this unseasonable? Yes. Is it comfortable? Absolutely. So just take that into consideration. You know, it's definitely going to be t-shirt weather for us, but in regards to October, getting towards the second half of the month, this is most definitely above average. Well, good evening again, everyone. Weather Channel meteorologist Greg Bennett here with another update to your Weather Across America forecast. We do have updates in regards to frost advisories and freeze warnings across the Ohio River Valley. The colder air rotating through from Canada. Area of low pressure still building up, the opportunity for snowfall off around the northern side of Minnesota, stretching over towards Lake Superior and portions of Lake Michigan. Secondary low starting to pop up off around Montana, and that's going to bring in a good opportunity for high elevation snowfall. For example, some of the Rockies could actually see snow accumulation between 12 and 18 inches in the next 24 to 36 hours. Besides that, we're monitoring high pressure that's off around the southeast, bringing in some very gusty conditions across the heartland. First, let's talk about these temperatures, though, because it is warm stuff across areas of Texas, moving over to the southwest. Around Arizona, still daytime highs 10 to 15 degrees above average. But I am happy to say in regards to the coastal areas of California, we're finally starting to see that onshore flow, and that means a cooling trend and a little bit more moisture involved with the atmosphere. Not quite enough for wet weather, but at least they're getting back their marine layer. When it comes down to New England, though, on the other side of the country, low pressure is still moving off around Canada, Newfoundland, and that's going to allow for shower activity and snowfall to still develop off around the northern side of New England, off around New Hampshire, moving over to Maine, and portions of Boston, still seeing some light drizzle activity for the morning. Other than that, it's high pressure that builds into the northeast, and the temperatures on the cooler side, thanks to that cooler air coming out of Canada behind the storm system. Daytime highs about 5 to 10 degrees below average. The same thing can be said even across the southeast. 67 to Atlanta, 69 off around Memphis, Tennessee, even Dallas coming in around the mid-70s, and their high temperature is supposed to be in the low 80s this time in the fall season. All right, here we go. Further north, there's a lot going on out there. I want to start off in the Ohio River Valley, where we are dealing with frost advisories and freeze warnings. We have lifted all of our freeze watches and replace them with freeze warnings. All of these are going to be up anywhere between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So some cold stuff to wake up to anywhere from, well, really Detroit, Michigan, all the way back down to Tupelo, Mississippi. Then, just to the west, with the transition of two different pressure systems, low pressure further north, high pressure towards the south, we're squeezing the air right through the heartland. This is bringing in some very breezy conditions, gusty conditions, in fact, wind advisories just to the north of Chicago, but at the same time, dry conditions are rolling through in the exact same locations. Red flag warnings, Columbia, Missouri, all around Joplin, Springfield, moving into Illinois, even Chicago a part of this. And because of the wind and the dryness, we're bringing in those fire weather watches. Now, I know you can't see it with the red flag warning here, but these oranges are right under this color of red. So it stretches all the way down towards Branson, Missouri with these fire weather watches. So we definitely need to be alert to the heartland. All right, let's move forward, moving over to the northern side of the country, off towards the west, basically the Rockies here. That's that secondary storm system that we're monitoring. Winter weather advisories are in place across Montana, stretching down to Wyoming, and then we're bringing in also some gusty winds along with that front and low pressure system combo. Wind advisories around Blackfoot, and then just to the south of Casper, Wyoming, some high wind warnings. Gusts could actually get up to 60 plus miles per hour in that location. And then, of course, the opposite further south, it's warming up still, and it's still very dry dry out there. Red flag warnings around the mountains near Denver, Colorado, stretching down towards New Mexico. And we still have the creek fire going around Central California, so air quality alerts are up until further notice around Fresno.
To return your ballot, review all instructions carefully. Fill out your ballot. Seal your completed ballot inside the envelope provided. Be sure to sign the provided envelope. Return your ballot by Dropbox, mail, or in person to an official drop-off location. Now, let's review. Fill out your ballot. Seal your ballot in provided envelope. Sign the envelope. Return your ballot by Dropbox, mail, or in person. That's all there is.
Here's the facts on Props 116 and 117. Our schools, our environment, and our healthcare would all get cut. How? 116 and 117 are a tax cut for corporations and the wealthy, while the rest of us get stuck with the bill. Vote no on 116 and 117.
Got big plans Friday night? Here's a look at your forecast. Will the weather get in the way of your Saturday? Let's take a look. And here's how your Sunday's weather is shaping up.
Propositions 116.
Bored with being governor. Admits he'd hate being a senator. Maybe he's the wrong guy for the job.
I'm Corey Gardner, and I approve this message.
"70 degrees under cloudy skies." Here's our local Doppler radar.
These are the latest incidents and events in your area. Let's take a look at the latest airport delays. Attention carnivores, you might be hurting the environment. According to a new report from the World Wildlife Fund, meat eaters in nearly 150 countries are damaging their own ecosystem